On today's episode, we'll be going over early reactions to the LEGO Movie 2 and How to Train Your Dragon 3, and we'll be discussing the results of Kyle's Super Bowl movie ad predictions. Let's get started.
This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
You just did not sound excited towards the end. And Kyle's stupid thing. Let's go.
Erik. Welcome, everyone, to Off the Break Podcast. I'm Cody, and I'm excited to be here today.
We're already starting off with chuckles and giggles, and it's great. It's all
just
great.
Doing the intro.
No, it's all good. I was just poking some fun at Erik. It's all good here, though.
Apparently, I sounded like a Debbie Downer in that intro.
Probably because you haven't seen any of the films we're going to talk about today.
No, I haven't.
Or the Super Bowl.
No, I've never seen a Super Bowl.
It
Not even the year we brought it up that you've never seen one. He didn't force you to go.
Sat down for 10 minutes and watched a football game.
Like never in just
I've never seen 10 uninterrupted minutes of football.
That's weird.
I don't really know what else to say. That I mean, we talked about this a lot in last week's podcast. I've made my peace with it.
It's foreign to me.
I was surprised that no one had a party and was like, you don't have to have it for the football. You can just have it for the nachos and the beer. And no, never.
No. I was watching over my parents' dog as she was having bloody diarrhea.
Oh.
Wow, that sounds way more fun.
She's
Thanks,
totally
Erik.
fine now, but that was my Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, that sounds not lovely at all.
Yeah.
She's fine now, so.
At least that's good, though.
Yeah.
Glad that your dog's okay.
Yeah.
Or their dog's okay.
Their dog's okay.
Not
a dog
your dog.
loosely associated with you is okay.
Loosely associated.
Super Bowl predictions. Since we've talked about that.
What a game that was, huh?
I did watch the game and very much tuned into the commercials.
Was it a
They
good
were
game,
the most
though?
exciting part of that whole
I mean,
thing.
no.
No.
I mean, it was a good defensive game, but nobody's there for defense, so.
Yeah, there were
People want to see the action.
Oh, yeah, the people want to see points, and that's why it was boring, which I get. I was one of those people that was about to fall asleep, too.
I do appreciate that not one team dominated so bad over the other that it was just they were just being wiped off the face of the earth. Because I don't like games like that. That's not really fun for me to watch.
Yeah.
I do like when they're evenly matched and, one little mistake and the other team kind of wins and you get that.
Were they evenly matched?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. I mean, people thought they were going to be more evenly matched on offense because those teams are both pretty solid on offense, but no one saw like a defensive struggle like this coming. Like a touchdown wasn't even scored until fourth quarter maybe. Like Patriots finally ran for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I think that's when it happened. I don't know. I was starting to fall asleep.
Was there only one touchdown that whole game? Yeah, and it was at the very end of the game. That's right. It was a
I don't even know
field
how the
goal
scoring works.
and a field goal.
The numbers and the points.
I know that touchdown's like 6 or 7 points or something.
6 points.
But
yeah.
how does somebody end up with 3 points?
A field
Field
goal.
goal.
So you get down to say like the 30-yard line and they kick a field goal instead of
So
trying
that's
for
just
a
worth
touchdown.
straight up 3 points?
If you make it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because wasn't the final score something to 3?
13-3, yeah.
Yeah, because the Patriots scored an extra field goal to be ahead, and then they scored an interception touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a touchdown, and then they got an interception basically to end the game. You weren't
That's right, they
recovering
did.
from that.
So how does
Yeah,
that
again,
come out to
I was
13?
Because touchdown plus 2 field goals makes 13.
Because 7
Oh,
plus
7. Okay,
6.
yeah.
Well,
The
yeah,
2
if they
field goals?
make
2
that
field
extra
goals.
point, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically 7. This is the football chat.
This
This
is
is
the
what our
football
new direction
members.
is now. Football talk.
Could see how
People love our
expert
riveting
us.
analysis. No, you say they have to kick.
Yeah.
The way it gets to 3 points.
You had to make sure that you stopped Edelman on the third down and I think they did a pretty good job of that till the very last quarter of the game. They just couldn't stop him. And Gronk came out of nowhere too. He always does.
He always comes in
Gronk?
clutch for that 1 or 2 games. That's
Yeah.
a whole nother story.
That's a cool name.
Well, it is a cool name, and
Oh my God.
he's a heck of a player. But that's another story for another day.
It's
I
so
think.
surprising that I know anything about football too, because I'm not like an avid football watcher, but
your husband still watches.
He does. He likes it. We don't have TV, so he never watches it, but we
really?
We listen to a lot of sports podcasts to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. And I listen to them too so that I can communicate
as
well.
Like you cut the cable? Is that what you mean?
We did.
When you said that, I was like, no physical TV. It's like, what? You're
No,
talking to us all the time about
I have a 3 to
dinosaurs.
5-year-old. There's no way to survive without TV. I don't know how those people do it.
To make it healthy for everyone, you have to have TV in some form, in some fashion.
I know we've talked a lot about how my hatred for Netflix is ruining the movie industry, but I love Netflix for children's
Thank God
TV.
it helps my children.
I know I'm such a hypocrite in that, but I love it for children's TV. I don't like it for movies at all. I just wish they could just cut the movie part out and just keep it children's programming.
But it's ruining the television business.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's not my industry.
They need to go to the movies anyway. It's fine.
And I did take my son to the movies. We will get to that later.
Yes.
My sons got to see both those films, How to Train Your Dragon 3 and Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Mom dates.
And
How did you see
so much fun.
How to Train Your Dragon again? Because everyone out there's like, that doesn't come out for
it was
2 weeks.
A special early Fandango event. So at participating, I think Regal Theaters, you could buy a Fandango early matinee ticket.
Why so early though?
It's not uncommon. They've done other ticketing services have done early premieres. I believe Lionsgate and Atom Tickets has partnered on several of theirs to see it 2 weeks early. So, and it's not uncommon for a ticketing service to...
Is that just because, like, they're confident in the movie and want to get it out there and get word of mouth buzzing?
Yeah, I think so. And
plus with Lego Movie, that's going to be some steep competition. So they could have wanted the edge before everyone went to see Lego.
True.
Yeah, and I think they made like $3 million off that one showing across the country. It's something ridiculous.
So it's like one showtime, one day.
Yeah, it was a 3 o'clock showing on a Saturday across the country.
Oh. Cool.
So it was really fun. I got to take my son. It was a packed theater. A lot of people were there. A lot of families and a lot of older people, like young 20-somethings.
Yeah, they're great movies.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. Let's get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, we want to do that instead?
The movie side of the Super Bowl.
All the commercials that we were predicting, many of them did not show up.
I know.
What all showed
up? And a
up?
lot of the ones I predicted in my article did not show up.
So obviously there was the Endgame thing.
Yeah, Endgame and Captain Marvel were some of the obvious ones.
Yeah, we knew that Disney...
There was a Captain Marvel one?
Yeah, there was. It was really good. It didn't show too much new footage. It pretty much repackaged all the stuff we've seen already.
And these are all like 30-second spots?
Yeah. Okay. But Endgame was brand new stuff. New footage you hadn't seen before.
No, I saw
but
that
yet
one.
Still showed nothing, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love
just a lot of grim superheroes out of their costumes.
Oh, I love it so
much. Clean-shaven Captain America, just how I like him.
I don't
need that bearded guy.
We've talked about this before, but I still don't understand when time has passed and half of your world has been wiped out, why would you take the time to shave? Like, no one's there.
Clean it off yourself.
Maybe
clean off the event.
I would be so distraught that would be the last thing I would think of. Meanwhile, he's like, oh, guess that means I should
probably
shave.
Looking at himself in the mirror, he's like, I can't live with myself. It's like symbolic.
And so he shaves?
I had this beard when I lost everybody.
You're not like, maybe a shower would help.
A shower, but not a shave.
Well, I don't have a beard, so I don't know if the feeling of having a beard would also equate to like the feeling of being showered but cleaned. Sometimes when I'm even stressed out, I even like going and getting a haircut, like just something new, like just to literally cut the weight of my hair off. Sometimes helps.
I cannot relate
I think
to
he
that
looked at himself in the mirror, was disgusted with the failure that he saw looking back at him.
He didn't even recognize himself.
Yeah, he had to shave. He had the beard when he failed.
I like
half
that,
the
not
universe.
Recognizing. I like what she just said.
So he had
not
to
recognizing
shave.
yourself.
He had to shave. Like, who am I? That was my job. I was supposed to save them. I couldn't do it.
I'm Captain Freaking America. What have I done?
So yeah, that's probably what happened.
So we were surprised so we knew Disney was going to have a presence. I was actually kind of surprised there was a Toy Story 4 spot.
I wasn't, because they already announced that it was going to happen after the game.
Oh, I must have missed that because I was like, why are they showing Toy Story and not something like Aladdin, which is the next film after Avengers?
They were showing teases that was going to happen on social media. I think it was after we did our podcast, though, so I don't really blame you.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
Not disappointed, just surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people might be disappointed because they really didn't show anything.
Other than Buzz Lightyear getting punched and kicked in the face.
And they're at a carnival.
That's great.
I do like that Key and Peele are teaming up again to do a Pixar.
You saw Bo Peep back.
Pixar role. And Bo Peep is back, which I guess is a big deal. I honestly don't remember her other than in the first movie. So
yeah,
was she not in the third?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
I don't know why. Then there must be a story behind that.
She had a small bit part in the second one, I think, like in the background.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's been gone for a while.
Yeah, so I guess that's a big deal. But meanwhile, we're like, oh yeah, that's a character, and I guess they're changing Bo Peep's look, even though she's supposed to be a sheep herder, and instead she looks like a Ray.
What are those things called?
Type.
Sheep herder sticks.
Almost said shanks, but that's not. That's something else.
That's not what it is.
That's a very dark Bo Peep.
Bo probably used was one as a shank.
The sheep herding thing.
Oh, it's called
the sheep herding staff.
Yeah. The staff of the
staff of sheep herds.
No, it's the staff of the U.
The sheep. I don't know what those things are called, but I guess that's gonna be a big deal in the movie. I don't know. I kind of do wish that we got a little bit more insight to what's gonna happen, but they must just be saving.
Well, I like because Pixar is good at that stuff, where like a lot of their marketing will be original scenes made for the pure purpose of marketing the movie.
Yeah.
Like they don't take scenes from the actual movie that could reveal things. They just make their own unique little sneak peeks.
I guess that's true because they did the same thing with Incredibles too, if I remember right. Like they really didn't show too much detail to what we're gonna expect in this movie. Like they really just showed like scenes, and then we're like, here's the movie. We know we got your money.
I like it.
So I guess
that was funny.
I don't know. Maybe people need to calm down just a little, but
well,
I was a little surprised.
How much can you?
Right.
How hyped can you get for? Well, I mean, I can get pretty hyped for some 30-second things, but
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. This 30-second one didn't really seem like it showed that much. Other than that, there's a Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
What are the other things that were there?
So, Hobbs and Shaw. We all knew
Disney?
Universal was going to do
that one was
that.
Obvious.
And then so those were the obvious ones that we had saw, and then the real surprises. Wonder Park from Paramount. We kind of thought they were going to go with Rocket Man, but
still can't believe. Yeah,
right.
I still can't believe that in Pet Sematary, but they released Pet Sematary like a few days later.
Right, they didn't have Pet Sematary, but we've got that now.
Yeah, up on our site.
Up on our site.
SilverScreenInsider.com.
Check it out. And then the big one that we had no clue was even going to be shown, Scary Stories.
Yeah, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Way out of left field. They showed 3 teaser trailer spots.
3 different ones. 3 different stories, basically.
It looked pretty good. I thought it looked pretty good.
I'm excited.
Are you?
I mean,
I don't like horror, so when she was like gonna touch that leg thing coming out of her cheek, and I was like, oh, looks like a spider leg, gross. I was like, she needs to go have that excised out.
Well, it also reminded me, and I think this is gonna be really helpful for this studio, is that Del Toro is producing this movie, and he's a big part in the stories that are being told in here, and I really love hearing that because Del Toro is amazing, and if he can handle. If he's in charge of handling like how the horror is going to look in this, like I'm all in.
Ooh,
and I think that was a great idea for them to do that.
I wonder if they're going to be really creature-based then. Creature-based stories.
They're probably.
I think some of them
I'm assuming that they're just going to want to be as faithful to the illustrations as possible.
Yeah, because the illustrations are not iconic, but they're really good illustrations.
I would say they're absolutely iconic.
Yeah, I would say, like, I don't know anything about Scary Stories. I couldn't tell you what one of them...
They're like darker Goosebumps, right?
I couldn't tell you what one of the stories were, but I remember that the books were really popular when I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And I had to check them out. Like you had, back in the day when you actually wrote your name in the checkout pocket on the back of the book, you had to have your name on it. And so I know I've checked them out. I didn't read them because I don't like horror things, but I just got to be a part of that.
Yeah, they were phenomenon. Well, one of the trailers they released is purely about people talking about how huge of a deal these collections of stories were.
Yeah.
And another one from elementary school was Where the Sidewalk Ends, the book of poetry.
Oh, is that one of the Shel Silverstein
things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
I remember we all had to check that out at some point.
Was that
yeah, they always made a
up.
big deal about those, and I never understood. Like, I mean, they're good. Looking back on them, they're good. But as a kid, like, I never really cared.
For me, it was more that everybody else checked it out, so I had to too.
Yeah, I don't know.
All that elementary school peer pressure.
Yeah, even still, I never understood it as a kid while everyone else was checking it out. But I don't know. Maybe I missed something there.
But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that movie's really big because, I mean, the fans are there. Mm-hmm. The books were huge, and the illustrations are timeless. Nobody remembers the stories, but not.
But you would they go know hand in hand. That cover of that book from anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we were saying, you can recognize the illustrations.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I hope that this helps out the studio, Lionsgate studio, a bit, because I don't think last year was that great for them, and I hope that they can bounce back this year, because they do look like they have some good stuff with John Wick 3 and Hellboy, so hopefully... What was that?
Knives Out.
Oh yeah, Knives Out too. That could be a really good one as well.
Cold Pursuit coming out this weekend.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
That's been getting solid reviews as well. Like, hopefully the audience is going to come out and want to be curious for it.
He never has done a turd, so
well,
I don't know.
Need to take him 3.
What is define what a turd is?
Taken 3.
But I mean, you know, this could be one of his least turdiest ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm super excited.
So
anyway, yeah, that was probably like the biggest surprise out of I lost my train of thought, out of the Super Bowl.
So bottom line, Kyle's predictions weren't very on.
All the ones I said would not show up, I was correct on. But other than that, though, it was downhill very fast. I had too much faith in Star Wars.
We got Avengers and Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, Eric and I told you there wasn't going to be
you guys
Star Wars.
Straight up like, no,
I said I was just
not a chance.
I just said I was very optimistic for it to happen. But you guys,
pretty sure they
right.
confirmed that it wasn't going to be at the Super Bowl.
Well, I must have missed that
like a week or two beforehand.
Wow, I missed that completely. I was my optimism blinded me.
Episode 9 to be a no-show at this year's Super Bowl.
Are you listening, Kyle? Are you?
Yeah.
They even wrote my name in there.
Kyle.
Someone let Kyle know.
Yeah. No Star Wars.
And you guys tried to. And then there was also the movie Us, the Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Which the Jordan Peele horror movie, and I thought that was actually a pretty solid trailer to follow up on the first one.
I'm still eager to hear how the premiere went. Or has the South by Southwest thing already happened?
It happened a few days ago, yeah. I know Pet Sematary was opening on the final day. Was it?
I think that was the opening film.
Yeah, I think that's how Get Out started and got so much buzz.
Oh, that could have been it, right?
I know he was making a reappearance there.
Mm-hmm. That would make a lot of sense.
I haven't heard anything about how it went over. Like,
I haven't heard anything coming out of South by Southwest.
But I'm eager to hear if it's another home run.
I hope it is. I mean, I'm trying not to expect it being as great as Get Out, because that was very good and very surprising. But I am hoping for a solid follow-up.
Yeah.
And isn't Jordan Peele doing Twilight series reboot too?
Yeah,
for the Twilight Zone, yeah.
CBS
Twilight
All Access.
Zone. Twilight series makes it sound like the vampire thing. Sorry,
He's making
Twilight
a reboot.
Zone. You know what I was talking about, not the vampire movies.
Now I do want to see Jordan Peele's take on Twilight now.
Stephanie Meyer's Twilight.
He can make it better.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, we already said Wonder Park was in there.
There might be actually more blood in it if he did it.
Actual
vampirism.
One would hope that would happen.
Yeah.
Oh, and Alita Battle Angel also got one final commercial before it releases next week. Yeah,
next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
I think it's projected to be a pretty big loss.
Yeah, that's a real bummer. That didn't sound like I meant it, but I really did.
Right. Well, when I first saw the footage of Alita, I was like, this is weird. I don't think this is going to do very well. And then I heard some good reviews and some hype, and then I saw about who was attached, the producer and the director, and I was like, okay, maybe this could be, because it's Robert Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's the director.
And
James Cameron was originally, it was like one of James Cameron's, probably many, but one of his passion projects for like decades now.
Right.
But eventually, once the Avatar sequels finally started getting underway, he delegated the directing duties to Robert.
So you think, like, James Cameron's got a great track record. This should be good. And I just wonder
if Robert Rodriguez doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
Not as good as James Cameron, we'll say that.
But it does look visually fantastic, and that is really what's selling it.
That's the one thing that's taken me a long time to come around on it too. Is like, weirdly, the big eyes of Alita never really bothered me that much.
It's gotten better
them
for me.
off-putting.
But it got better for me.
The main thing was just the other robots, like the killer assassin robot.
Yeah,
those people,
the ones that look like Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah,
we determined are not Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, I don't know. Those looked weird to me. And then just the whole idea of like kind of the world. It's hard to make a sci-fi fantasy world kind of like that stick out to me. It's like in the trailer,
it's hard to make an anime adaptation, a live action one.
Yeah.
So the first trailer I don't think did it any justice, but the second trailer in the Super Bowl spot I think really helped because it did show it was action packed, and I feel like it's going to be a good action movie, and I kind of in the mood for that right now.
Yeah, I think it's action shots. Sorry, I'm blanking out on what I'm saying. It's action shots and it's visual effects are really going to be what sell the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember those Twitter things. People were like kind of surprised at how much they liked it.
Yeah.
But then now the official reviews are coming in. It's like not really as great as those Twitter reactions.
Oh, Twitter reactions got you again.
I mean, we've talked about this so many times that you got to take Twitter reactions with a grain of salt because there's only so much that you can say in a tweet and what they will allow you to say in a tweet.
Yeah.
Correct.
Depending on what their restrictions are.
Yes.
But yeah, you always got to take those with a grain of salt. So like I was right there with you, Eric. Like as soon as I read them, I was like, interesting that they're that happy with it, but I wonder what the actual reviews would be.
Mm-hmm. Well, we all kind of knew that might be overstating it, but I still have some high hopes. It's tough with those special effects driven movies because they're so expensive, and unless the story is like really on point,
then it becomes so much easier to rip on the movie. You know, it's like, oh, it looks good, but it's hollow. You know, substance or style over substance. Oh, there's all these like built-in criticisms that people will inevitably start hurling at them.
Yeah, and I hope Alita doesn't fall victim to that. You just hope with James Cameron's influence at all in the process that wouldn't happen.
I don't know. I just kept reading it's like $200 million loss. I was like, whoa. That's really big.
Whoa, Disney. That's going to be tough on the books next
Fox
year.
is going to be like, yep, it's all yours.
All yours. You bought it.
Pay that off. Speaking of Fox, were you guys surprised that they didn't show Dark Phoenix? Anything Dark Phoenix at all?
No, I think that's so far into the release schedule that they don't know if they're going to distribute it or Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about those X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I do too.
I've never was passionate about any of the X-Men movies. And then these ones, it feels like it's been so long since the last one, which I'm pretty sure wasn't supposed to be
2016, right? Yeah.
Was it Apocalypse?
Well, I guess Logan
good.
and Deadpool also came after Apocalypse.
Oh,
so.
yeah. But I don't think of those as X-Men movies.
You just think I was going to say something mean. Never mind.
Just think of them as good movies.
Yeah. I mean, Logan.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. But I mean, I think at this point, for a little bit, they kind of did a good job at off-branding the X-Men stuff with Logan and Deadpool. But yeah, the X-Men movies we don't really think about anymore.
No. But so I think that given the uncertainty of when the Disney-Fox merger will close, I think anything too far in the release schedule, they're probably just going to hold off spending the money on at this point until they have a clear picture of how to do it. Because you wouldn't want to start a marketing program and then have another company come in and have to take over the other people's or shift it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Make any changes to it when you already spent so much money on marketing what you initially started with. So yeah, I guess that makes sense now that you put it in those terms.
So I wasn't surprised that we didn't see that.
Yeah. Okay.
It was good to see Alita.
We were talking about Fox, so I was just curious.
I think those were all of the major ones. Though,
yeah, we pretty much covered them all, unless you guys have others that you're surprised weren't there at all.
I just like to say my favorite commercial was Harrison Ford telling the dog you could order more dog food. I loved that commercial.
That one was funny.
I haven't seen any of them.
That's the one has stuck with me.
That is Harrison Ford. It's got to be good.
Yeah,
right?
it was.
Yeah, you'd like that one, I think.
It was
Yeah.
it was a Amazon Alexa commercial, and they were talking about, in the commercial, they were featuring the products that Amazon Alexa rejected, and one of them was a dog collar that would order food when the dog barked. So the dog and Harrison Ford were having this exchange, and he's like, "You better cancel that order." Because then it was like, order sausages,
In like his
order
dog
gravy,
was it?
A small one, I
like
don't
a
know.
French bulldog.
Eric's like, oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Or maybe it was a
my
pug,
favorites.
something little like that.
If it's small, it has a smashed face.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is right up your alley. This is literally a commercial for you.
You should go Google that commercial
Oh,
while we're
I
done
will.
with this.
I honestly don't remember the commercials. But then again, like yesterday,
Yeah. Kyle was
We're-
having the Super Bowl party for how normal people have Super Bowl parties. Less about the football, more about the party.
and it was more about the party once the game got kind of boring.
Yeah.
But I mean,
A resident expert on commercials isn't so much of an extrovert.
wasn't even paying attention in
Yeah.
the whole thing
Maybe that's why his predictions were so off.
because I was already
He's
pre-gaming.
From the previous year, he doesn't remember what was actually played. It's like, they just throw everything into those commercials.
Well, I mean, yesterday you were asking me like, "Hey, are we gonna talk about the predictions for the podcast tomorrow?" And I was like, "I honestly forgot that I wrote that last week." So
You forgot there was a Super Bowl.
yeah, like that just felt so long ago. I don't know if the week was long or if I was that drunk, but
Yeah.
you know,
It happens.
it happens.
I went to the Super Bowl at my parents' house, so it wasn't nearly as exciting.
You had to be on your best behavior. I get
did.
it. Yeah.
Mom and dad and children were there. It's like the two groups of people you never wanted to see you
Yeah,
intoxicated at all.
Right.
So we were all good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, wholesome Super Bowl fun.
It was.
All right. So
And then I followed the wholesome Super Bowl
yes,
fun up
you do it, please,
with
by all
a
means.
super wholesome early premiere of How to Train Your Dragon 3, which we alluded to was a
So lucky. I wanna see
Fandango
it so
event.
bad.
I happened to notice it and get tickets for it, and I took my 5-year-old son.
Gonna have to be as absolutely spoiler free as possible.
I'll just say on the podcast what I've told everybody so far. Two things.
Someone
No.
dies.
Two things. The animation is stunning. It's still
Good.
in the same style as the dragons, so it's not like they could make it like Spider-Verse style animation or anything, but they just added so much more detail to the characters. So
Really, as compared to the second one.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
hard to notice how far they've come unless you like kind of go back and compare.
oh my gosh,
I'm gonna have to do
Like,
that.
you
before...
really should before you see it, because
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
like on Hiccup, you could see a really light stubble on his face during most of it, like just really fine hairs, because they talk about him not having a beard, and like it's a whole running joke.
Right.
Oh, poor Hiccup. Still
But,
getting
He's
teased.
grown up. Got it.
But then there's this beautiful scene where Hiccup is a small boy, and maybe I just connected to it because I have children, but Hiccup's a really small boy, and he's in his father's arms, and they're looking out over the ocean, their empire at sunset, and his father's giving him a speech, and there is like a little bit of snot in his nose because it's cold and the wind's blowing. It's exactly how a child would look in that moment. Like it was
Beautiful
just
snot.
no, but it's just so, it's like the little details like
It's
that.
like crusty.
Yeah.
No, it's just a little wet. Like his nose is cold, and you know how your nose
Yeah.
runs a little. It's
This week on Snot Talk.
yeah.
Hey,
Well, I had poop and diarrhea earlier,
Yeah.
so
Cody
Talk
noticed.
about diarrhea.
bloody diarrhea.
We tried to
Diarrhea.
attempt at explaining football. It's not talk.
Anyways, it would just show that the animation is just beautiful.
That attention
The
to
depth of
detail.
it, yeah.
Oh,
That's
So
awesome.
I'm
that
super
was my
excited.
first takeaway from it, and the second was the story is beautiful and the ending is exactly what I wanted.
See, that makes me.
Yeah,
You know,
if Cody
I'm like,
says that,
"Aw."
that makes me on board.
Well, I mean, if Cody says that, I don't know
Yeah.
about me. You know, it's like I kind of wanted like.
Eric, cover your baby ears. No one dies. It's wonderful.
Yeah, see, it's like, oh, what?
Oh,
I
what?
wanted another person to die
So you must have just cheered during the second movie.
for the moment and what it did for Hiccup's character. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
for sure.
I was like, yeah, Stoke's dead. It was heartbreaking. It was really sad, but ultimately, it's what needed to happen.
I
See you
don't,
later,
but
Gerard
see, you
Butler.
like the death because of what it did for the character. This movie, I feel like there's an even strong, poignant turning point for the character, and no one had to die for it. It
Yeah,
just
no, I'm
is
sure.
a beautiful thing
I'm
about
excited.
growing up.
I have not been let down by either
No,
Dragons movie, so
Yeah, I
have no doubt that they'll send us out with another pulling at the heartstrings.
I remember being late to the game on the first one, and when I finally saw it just before the second one, I was like, oh my goodness, why did I miss out on this one? I can't wait for the second one. And then the second one in theaters just blew me away.
Oh, yeah.
It was such fantastic storytelling and fantastic animation. Oh, yeah. And I am so excited that it's finally in theaters again, or about to be in theaters again.
I don't know why How to Train Your Dragon isn't more in the cultural zeitgeist. You know, like it's not as much as like Lego Movie gets referenced or some of the other animated films.
I've seen it referenced. I mean, it's been a while since the second one.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe it's just been so long.
When the second one was coming around, you know, at least in my circles or people around me, they were pretty excited.
Yeah, I think it's also, well, it might also still be pretty recent that people aren't really talking about it or referencing it enough yet, but I don't know. I've been hearing conversations, and maybe these are just from people that I read and follow, or people in the circles that I run with as well, but some are going to be hoping that it's going to get into the conversations being like one of the best trilogies, like similar to how in animation, like Toy Story 3 is considered to be in there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean,
it is
that could happen once
trilogy.
this third one comes out.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect end to that trilogy. Excited. So, yeah, I can't wait for it to come out. It comes out on the 22nd, February 22nd. So that is also Oscar weekend, by the way. FYI, everybody.
Oh, wow, is it? I cannot keep track of anything anymore.
24th. It's finally over.
It's finally over.
And we'll be somehow disappointed yet again.
I'm already disappointed, so
I'm not really disappointed in anything. I just want to see how this is going to go. This is going to be one of the most fun Oscars to talk about afterwards.
I hope there's some weird, awkward flub from somebody, like, on stage or something. That would be cool.
Oh, I won't be shocked.
But the actual winners, I just don't care anymore.
Because you watch the Oscars, right, Eric?
I try to.
So
I
you
usually
probably
go back and watch.
The weird person that's seen more Oscar shows than Super Bowls.
Oh, infinitely more.
I just thought that's an odd claim to fame. Like, I've never seen a Super Bowl, but I've seen 20 Oscar shows.
Yeah, it's just based on your taste.
Back when I lived at home and we had cable, I would watch them every year. But
yeah, I've been able to watch the Oscars more recently.
I can't be bothered to try and find a site to stream it and watch it live. I usually just check the updates on my phone and then watch the speeches afterwards. Yeah. Unless there's like a huge thing, like the Moonlight La La Land thing.
Where you had to turn on the TV.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
For all of you that didn't know, they said La La Land when Moonlight had actually won.
Yeah,
for Best Picture.
All the people were up there on stage cheering. It's the time of their lives. And then he looks at it, he's like, oh, wait, no, Moonlight, you won.
Yeah.
You won. I don't know how those envelopes look, but I don't know how you make that mistake.
I think they just wanted La La Land that year to win so bad.
No, it was explained on Kimmel, because Kimmel hosted that year. What happened was that whoever I think
it was Warren
Beatty.
Was it?
Is that how you say his name? Warren Beatty? Yeah.
I believe it was him that messed up. What he got was the Best Actress winner, and that says Emma Stone, who won that year for La La Land. So when he opens it up, he sees Emma Stone, La La Land, and he's standing there confused, being like, why am I giving the wrong one?
So it was a duplicate envelope?
Or just the same one, and somehow someone...
Well, then how did that guy know that when he looked at it, Moonlight was actually the winner?
Because someone else had the right card.
Oh, and they were like, no, wait, here's the real one.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what happened. Because before, like, he was able to say anything, like, it was the wrong card or something, like, the other person next to him, like, grabbed it and just saw La La Land, so they said La La Land was the winner.
Oh, no.
So great.
I mean, I'm uncomfortable just, like, feeling socially awkward.
It was
right
uncomfortable watching that. I mean,
I hope something like that happens this year.
I think with it being hostless and them trying a new thing, and with all
I hope
the different movies,
the fact that it's hostless makes something.
It's gonna be exciting to watch, because I don't know what's gonna happen, and I love it. I don't know why I'm so hyped for it.
Probably it's gonna be really boring and straight to the point.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, sure. I mean, unless they try out some skits or something, but I don't know.
Skits. I don't want to see Academy approved skits. Nobody wants to see that.
They're just going to be Debbie Downers.
I'm excited to see Lady Gaga perform Shallow.
I am excited to see
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I want to see how Bradley Cooper can sing in a live setting.
Well,
Emily
did you see
Blunt
that video?
sings.
He joined her on stage at her Vegas show.
I did see that.
It's so good.
Yeah.
He is a little awkward and shy, but it's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because now
he can actually do
he's
it.
in
I'm
her
sure.
realm more than his.
Yeah.
Now the tables have turned.
The tables have turned. Anyways,
Let's talk about the.
Yeah, you guys both saw Lego Movie 2.
on early shows last
we did.
night.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Do you want to take it away with that
Yeah,
one?
I took my son again, my 5-year-old son. He loves Lego movies. Everything to him is Lego something.
Does he play with actual Legos?
We have introduced the Legos. He doesn't really care to build with them. He just likes the minifigures. And so I got him a bunch because he loves Lego Ninjago, the little TV show.
Yep. Yeah.
So I got him a ton of Lego Ninjago figurines. I got him a bunch of serpentines, some ghosts, and all of the ninjas. And he takes their bodies and makes like super creepy like lawn snakes and like ninja like ghost snakes and
You gotta
all
get him
these
on
weird
that
things.
on that building train. There's just nothing like it. Even to
I
this
think
day.
he's a little like his fine motors are a little hard to build at the sets at that age, so the little bodies are actually easier for him to pull apart and stuff. So we're working on it.
He'll
but
get there.
everything's Lego something. So when we talk about Star Wars, it's Lego Star Wars because that's like how he's getting introduced to these franchises is through Lego. So like there's Lego Harry Potter,
that's all right with me.
Lego Star Wars, Lego Ninjas. So he's
Lego
like,
Batman.
Yeah, Lego Batman.
Yeah.
So he's
Jeez,
excited to go see Lord of the Rings. He watches me play video games too, so that helps.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
he was-
non-violent ones, right?
yeah, the Lego ones.
Oh, the Lego ones. Okay.
They're not bad. So yeah, he was really excited
Nice.
to go to the movie, and I picked him up from school and we drove to the theater. And
But it's a good movie. A worthy
Excuse me.
follow up.
I would say so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For
I
sure.
mean, I think some people are going to be like, it's not as good as the first one. And I mean, no, I wouldn't say that it's as good as the first one, but this one doesn't have the surprise factor or the,
Like, whoa, this movie about this one of the biggest toy franchises in the world is actually amazing.
and we're also familiar with this type of animation as well. So
True.
it's nothing new.
Yeah,
Like
we've
we've seen
seen it.
what, 3-4 of these at this point.
And we're used to the types of jokes you get in
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing. So while I wouldn't say that it's on par with the first one, it's still a very solid
Yeah, it's
sequel.
probably never going to be.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a really hard feat to do, but luckily the writers Phil Lord and Chris Miller came back just for writing this, but you can tell that they have that same energy, that same type of meta humor,
Yep.
Oh, that's
the
good.
same type of one-liners. It's all in there, and they take the emotional impacts that we got from the first one, and I feel like they up it to another level,
Yeah,
while as
I would
well
agree.
as
Evolving it.
evolving it. Thank you. Yeah, that's a good way of doing
So it doesn't come
Evolving
across
it and
as like a
continue the story.
retreading the same.
Nope.
You can make that argument that
ground.
it does, but it doesn't bother me because it does it in the right ways. Like as long as the payoff is very impactful in the end, which I felt like it did, which surprised me. I didn't think it would, but it did for me at the end. I think people are going to be okay with that.
Nice.
Yeah. I liked how they had the kid that was a main point in the first one that, you know,
The live action
he
kid.
is older and they got the same kid to be in this one, which is
Yeah.
awesome. The story is all there. I don't know if on the first one, I remember not really liking it the first time I saw it because the animation style was so overwhelming to me.
It took
The
me
speed of the
Right.
story, the speed of the jokes,
And
the
just the
constant-
visuals were so-
it was a very overwhelming.
It took me the first 10 minutes to adjust, and once it does, then you're all in.
Right. So I don't know. So the first one I didn't really care for at first, but now after having kids and watching it so many times, I'm kind of endeared to it. And there are little things that I didn't
It's
pick
so
up on
good.
the first time that
there's so many little.
I
things.
love. And so going into it this time, the fact that I just simply enjoyed it just shows that the quality was
That's good.
definitely on par with what you're expecting.
Yes.
And there's cute touching moments, and I really liked the additions of the extra songs and stuff to it. There's more
I didn't
music
as
in this
much.
one.
Yeah,
I thought
I feel that might be somewhere where unless the songs are good and are relevant to what's happening, but
the definitely some of the added songs are relevant, but I felt like there was one or two, especially that came from Tiffany Haddish's character, who she played well. It's a good character for the movie. She got some songs in there too, like one or two that I didn't really find that was needed. But I think for the most part, they had the songs added to it to address the point and the message that the movie is trying to convey, and it also adds another meta sense of humor to what the first one did, which I really appreciated. So
yeah, there's kind of a fun, not I would say fun twist with the songs, but it definitely goes against their weird sense of humor that Phil Lord and Chris Miller have.
Nice.
Yeah, I was very surprised that it gets dark in moments. Like, I think darker than even the first one ever attempted to, but I liked it. And it does it in such a great transition to where it doesn't feel forced or it doesn't feel like it's out of place, because the meta-ness of it all is still there, but it still has its dark tones to where the impact of the jokes are needed.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that. I think that's great to have in children's movie without getting too carried away, but which I think it doesn't. I think it succeeds.
Do a lot of the memorable side characters from the first one come back?
Yeah, they're fun to watch in moments, but they don't have as big of a role, I would say.
Is it mostly like Emmett?
It's Emmett
and
Lucy, Wild Style Lucy, and Rex Dangerfield or whatever.
Danger Vest.
Is he great?
Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome. He's so good. People are gonna love that character.
My son loved the Raptors. He loves dinosaurs.
Oh, the Raptors were brilliant. That whole character was just so brilliant.
I hate Mondays Raptors. It's like, I get it.
They're just doing all these normal adult things in a work environment. Oh, I hate Mondays. Has to like buy a cooler in his spaceship or whatever it is.
Yeah.
No, Rex Danger Vest is so awesome, and Chris Pratt knew exactly what they were doing with that character, and he was all in.
They're totally making fun of me right now.
And he was
totally
like, "I love that.
it.
That's amazing."
Yep. And so a lot of the new character, and a lot of the screen time is for the new Rex Danger Vest character.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but it also helps with. Oh, sorry,
I was gonna say, and Tiffany Haddish's evil queen character, and the General Mayhem character.
Oh, right. Actually, those two were also pretty solid characters as well.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Yeah.
I loved the little addition of the sisters toys to it, because
the Lego Duplo,
the Sistar system, because they have the little hearts that are like, hello,
Oh, the pain.
That
so
did
like
cold.
the Lego Friends sets.
Yeah, I think they're called Duplo.
Duplo is like the preschool one.
There's some of those,
and then there's like the ones targeted to the girls, which is called Lego Friends, and the figures are like,
I think that's what it
is.
A
weird size. They're not the minifigures.
Yeah, because they don't walk the same as the Lego characters, so it must be different.
They don't have the joints.
No,
and they don't
they're just
have
stiff, and they're just like
they don't have the block
around.
feet or anything.
No, yeah, my sister had a couple of them. They're kind of creepy.
And you're like, why would you use
like these are worse Legos in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do have some of those characters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a Lego purist's dream.
Oh, it was.
They really do.
Beautiful. It was neat. It was colorful, and Emmett is just a wonderful character. Like,
yes,
he's so caring, compassionate, and kind, but he's also trying to be brave, and he loves his friends, and he's just such a good character. I love having my son watch that kind of character.
Yeah,
that's good
for sure. And I think when children see this, they're going to see a lot of growing that comes from Emmett, which I think harkens to what I was saying about the message. Like, the message is very good because it adds on to what the message was in the first one in a way that I don't think parents will see coming, but I think they'll appreciate it.
No, I'm excited. I'm glad that it holds up.
Yeah, so I think it's a solid sequel for sure. Not on par with the first one, but that's okay because it still works in the ways that it was supposed to.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have to rewatch the first one this weekend.
You should, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a great movie in general, but yeah.
Better than the Lego Ninjago movie?
I have no idea.
The Lego, that makes me so mad. Lego Ninjago TV show
that should have been the
so
successful.
Much better than the movie.
Your passionate feelings about the Ninjago.
The Lego Ninjago movie was just such a waste. And then they've kind of ended the Ninjago line of toys, and I need more Ninjago toys for my son.
Come out with a new thing.
Did the
Power Rangers?
So did the TV show end, and then when the movie didn't hit, like they just probably said, "Eh."
I don't know if I think the TV show might still be going.
Is it? Oh,
we've just been rewatching the same few seasons on Netflix, so it could be still going. But
just haven't
kids
dropped
realize
a new
if they've
season.
seen the same episode.
Yeah.
Before.
Oh, yeah. My son tells me about what's going to happen in the episode, but he's
and you're
very
like,
excited.
I know. I've seen this with you 700 times.
I'm like, really? And then what?
You're like, I don't know what's going to happen.
But I don't want to be like, I know, son. I know. Because I don't want to like cut him off.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, well, let's watch and see.
I know
I try to...
I know for a fact, like,
do what you can.
The superhero shows that I watched as a kid, and I would repeat what happens in each episode to my parents. I'm sure I wouldn't want my parents to be like, I know, you idiots.
Yeah.
You make me watch this.
I know what Batman,
watch now.
I know who Batman stopped with Superman. I'm not dumb.
Sometimes I try to
Lex
like...
Luthor.
Be like, what, do you think that was a good idea? But then he totally ignores me. You know, so I can't like work it into anything new. We're still
can't
working
put a spin on it.
Yeah. So I'm still trying.
That's pretty cute though.
Yeah, I'd be like, now boys, it's important to try new things. Yeah. Just as in like, please, can we watch anything else?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah,
it'll
a
happen.
struggle. It'll happen. I sometimes will be like, okay, it's your brother's turn to watch something now, and we like change it to, and I'm like, nope, your brother wants this because he's 3 and he talks, but it's really hard to understand, so you really don't know if he wanted that or not. But
no, but trust me, this is what he said he wanted to watch.
Yeah, yeah, totally use it. It's not gonna work. Like there's probably this next year, it's probably not gonna work anymore. But
those mind games.
That's pretty funny though.
Or
Sneaky
I play
trick.
him. I'm like, Lachlan, do you want to watch Shaun the Sheep now? And he goes, Shaun the Sheep. I'm like, oh, Callister Lachlan wants to watch Shaun the Sheep.
That's what he said. I didn't say it. I was just asking.
I
That's
think
what he
it's only
wants.
fair that he gets to watch his show because they don't talk in Shaun the Sheep, so I don't have to. I could just have some quiet time with that.
It's funny that the quiet movie is the one they don't talk through. Because isn't that like a silent movie or something?
Not silent, but they don't talk.
They don't talk. They don't have dialogue, but they do like make noise. They're like,
Oh, okay. Like they're thinking noises.
Kind of like they're just
guttural.
grunting.
Yeah.
Yeah, just grunting noises. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah. So I make him watch that, or Blue's Clues. Somehow I can kind of ignore that. So we'll put on Blue's Clues. And then my son's like, Clue. I'm like, oh, great. Now he's because why'd I do that?
Now he's all clued up.
Yeah. He does get all clued up. It's funny. So out of the 2 movies, I go by the superior judgment of my 5-year-old son. He, I think, enjoyed How to Train Your Dragon 3 a little bit more than Lego.
And he had seen the first 2, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes, he's seen them all, and he'd seen the first Lego movie a ton, and we listened to Everything Is Awesome in the car before school. Sometimes he requests that song. So I think he enjoyed Dragon just a tiny bit more, and as we were leaving, he saw the poster for Dragon. He's like, we've seen that. So that's really cute that he like had that experience to go to the theater and knew that a poster on the wall, like he had seen that movie already.
Nice.
Well, in 2 weeks, those movies are going to definitely compete against each other. It'll be interesting to see, I guess, what the top one is.
And if Lego can hold up, you know, with that.
I'm sure it'll do well, but I do think, because people love the How to Train Your Dragon movies, you know, they're those kind of movies that just because they're not afraid to like go there in terms of like the heavier emotional kind of themes and stuff, you know, I feel like, I don't know, there's just a lot of adults, like you said, you know, a lot of older people who are genuinely excited for the end of that story, and, you know.
Animation could also play a part. Like, I know, like, we love the animation in the Lego movies, but, I don't know, I think once the surprise factor left, ever since the first one came out, that people are still drawn more towards the CGI, smooth flowing animation than maybe the type of animation that they use in the Lego franchises. That could play a toll.
I think maybe people have just kind of, you know, the Lego animation is just already kind of normalized.
Yeah,
you know, we've had 3
normalized.
movies with it.
Yeah.
You know, people are just like, they probably don't think twice about it. It's just like, oh yeah, that's the Lego movie animation.
Probably not, but I just wonder if that could play a role in a small amount even.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, so anyway, it'll be interesting to see how those 2 go head-to-head in 2 weeks. But for right now, I think Lego's going to easily be just fine. And for now.
Oh, yeah. Lego's going to be big this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing Cold Pursuit before Lego.
I'll be interested about that
I'm excited
one.
for both of them.
Yeah. Well, finally we have busy weekends to go.
I feel like I haven't been to the theater. I don't think I've been to the theater once in 2019. Well, I guess for like a 2019 movie.
Did you not see Glass?
No, I never actually got around to it.
Oh, you never got around to it? Okay. No. Well, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
How many? I've only seen the 2, Dragon and Lego.
Yeah, I mean, I went to the theater and saw like They Shall Not Grow Old and these 2018 movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen any 2019 movies.
Is On the Basis of Sex a 2018 movie technically?
Yeah, it's Christmas Day.
Then that one. Well, I saw that one first in 2019, but.
And then you saw Glass.
Yes.
Okay, so you're 1 up on me then. Well, 2 up if I count. No, I won't count Basis of Sex. Although I think you guys ended up seeing more movies than I did last year. But we'll see this year. We will see.
Yeah, we will. But no, it's great that we're gonna have more movies coming out, more interesting content.
So next week we've got a couple midweek openers.
Yep. Lita's one of them, right?
Lita opens on Thursday. Isn't It Romantic from Warner's opens on Wednesday. Happy Death Day 2. You opens on Wednesday as well.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm curious to see how that one will do. The first one was
it.
actually, people really liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was gonna be Happy Death Day taking the top of the box office, but now I'm wondering if Lego will still hang on.
I don't know. When you have as many new that's like 3 right off the bat
that are getting a very long opening weekend.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Because it's President's Weekend as well. So it's Valentine's on that Thursday, and then it's President's Weekend.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
Kids have that Monday off school.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
The Monday the 18th off.
Oh, wow. That's going to make a big difference.
So that's why they're trying to get the extra movies in to have an extra super long weekend.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Did not think about that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting on that weekend for sure. But
I am totally making my husband take me to Isn't It Romantic on Valentine's Day.
I'll be curious to see how much you enjoy that one. Because I don't know what to make
Rebel
of it.
Wilson.
Yeah?
And I want a funny comedy. I kind of wish it wasn't PG-13. I kind of wish it was R, but only because I want
PG-13?
Yeah.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I
didn't
thought that
know
was just
either.
a joke she was saying in the trailer.
No, I'm pretty sure it's PG-13. Oh.
Yeah.
Like that was going to stop you from seeing it. Like, it's PG-13
I was so
now.
all
Man,
in.
I guess I'm going to save my money.
No,
it does look good though.
Yeah. And What Men Want comes out this weekend. But I might have to wait till next week to see it. I'm unavailable this weekend, but if I was available, I definitely go see What Men Want. I think she looks hilarious in that.
She's good in comedies.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Kyle said, it's just nice to have movies to have to pick from.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so many movies
It's
right
not like,
now.
the one new movie that I don't really want to see that bad is coming out this
Well,
weekend.
we get a good variety this week and next week, and then it gets a little stale until Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And then it's
Gotta
little
take it while we can.
stale after that.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Although I'm excited for Wonder Park, and so I think that looks like a really cute animated movie, although it's gonna make me cry already because the mom dies.
Zombies. Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Those are two drastically different.
The monkey zombies, excuse me.
Yeah, that got me. I thought the story was the little girl created that fun imaginative Wonder Park, and then when her mom died, she's like, I'm never gonna.
Wait, does she does? Oh.
Yeah.
I just
I
assumed
thought
that
that's
she grew
what the
up.
story was.
Is it like a metaphor for coping with her mother's death?
I think so.
Oh, jeez.
Good lord.
Maybe
I
I'm
wanna see this.
way off, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I just remember seeing one
I wanna
trailer
see
and I
that.
thought she was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just thought I saw something.
Sounds good.
But
Sounds promising.
Sounds like Eric's kind of movie where essential
Eric death. Now we're talking.
essential character dies.
It
and
adds emotional weight to the story. Now I'm
don't
invested.
need it to die to add the emotional weight.
No, these things happen.
Dragon proves this.
Oh,
Not the first two.
right. How to Train Your Dragon 3. Yep.
No
Forgot
one,
we talked
no
about
one
that.
dies in the first one.
Who does? Doesn't someone die in the first one?
No.
Oh yeah, he loses his leg though. It's pretty heavy for a kid's
That
movie.
is.
I mean, that's
See,
a dead
but again,
leg.
you don't need to
The young
die.
Hiccup dies.
That was dark.
Yeah.
The child Hiccup used to be dies, and the more mature, grown-up Hiccup is born.
The idea of dragon killers dies in that village.
It's a lot of metaphorical death.
Why'd you have to whisper that?
So creepy.
Just think about
Oh,
it.
it's beautiful. It's good.
We always end on death and sadness.
The way you whispered it was creepy.
Metaphorical death?
There you go.
Well, just
don't
say
it.
There's a lot of metaphorical death.
Metaphorical death?
I don't think you're getting what we're trying to say. We understand why you're saying it. It's just that you're saying it weird.
Weird ways.
I apologize.
Either super excited or like, I don't know, like pleasurable and under your breath. It was creepy.
Say that. That's a weird term to use.
Well, I just wanted to describe it.
Pleasurable and creepy.
Yeah.
I like having emotional reactions to movies. I'm sorry.
Me too.
Children's movies are good with doing that.
Yeah.
No matter how they're told. Kind of. I kind of took back everything that I was trying to say. Classic. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be some good animated stuff for this month and plenty of other stuff coming out too. So keep an eye on your theater and see what they're going to be showing.
Yeah, get to the theater. It's a warm place to be, you know, if your car
Definitely
starts in the below zero weather.
Oh my goodness.
Our local theater had the fireplace going, so
Did it?
It did. I almost took a picture and sent it to you guys. I keep thinking about it every time I walk by now. I'm like, Kyle and Erik would like to know that the fire's on.
I would have died if you did. That would have been so funny.
I did.
Just
I
your
thought about
annual
it.
reminder
you
that
showed
this
up.
fireplace
I
would have
exists.
died.
I had my son with me, and I'm like, how am I, trying to keep an eye on him and take a
Right,
picture
as soon
of
as
this
you let
fireplace.
go, he's just gonna be gone. Yeah,
he is.
Right.
He's 5. Of course, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I get why people do backpacks with leashes.
Jeez.
I would never do it, but I get it. I totally understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay here, buddy. Stay with me.
That's funny. So if you guys are curious about any of these upcoming releases, we have all the information on them and more at silverscreeninsider.com. So go ahead and check it out and spread the word about us.
Go to the film database, check out the trailers and each of the films, and find out when the early shows are, because I really recommend people go see early shows. It's nice
I feel like
to
most people just don't know that those are a thing.
Yeah, that you can go on Thursdays, usually any time before.
Except for Cold Pursuit. I would have seen it
7.
last night and talked about it today, but there was no early show at our theater.
Some of them are also just, there aren't any early shows for it. It just depends on the movie.
Pretty rare, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But one of the resources out there is on silverscreeninsider.com. We do let you know when there's an early show, where I don't believe anybody else does. So go check us out.
We're awesome that way. Check us out.
Take care. Stay warm this weekend.